is focusing on how to get your boxing gym to a place that you can set new goals and reach that high full potential that you guys are all worthy of. But it's a process that will go to it. Now, this is a part two of this three-part series this week, showing you how to take your boxing gym and scale it up to 500,000 to $1 million, but have a winning team as well. So you're going to win both categories: success financially and global awareness with a winning team. And that's a powerful thing. So if that sounds like something that you want to learn about today, this is part two. And I suggest that you go back and watch part one from yesterday. And we're today is about goal setting. And you have to set the goals if you're going to be successful in any industry. But when we talk about boxing, the boxing industry is different. So with that being said, what we're going to do is talk about what is it that you guys have to do. So here's number one. Let me set my timer so that we can make this a time, do this in a timely fashion. Number one, the first thing you're going to need to have in your actual lifestyle is automation. Don't even try to run from it. If your grandmother can make it to almost 100 or over 100 years old, you can figure out automation. All right. And what you want is a customer. Hold up. Your key is your people. So the first thing you want is a customer relationship management. That's the first thing, because that's the people that are currently with you now. And you got to make sure that you have those individuals. Who's paying, who's on what kind of plan, everything that kind of lets you know and keeps you intrigued and interacted with them. That's empowering when you actually have that data. So the next thing that you will need after you're automated, you'll need to know exactly how to get to the next phase. And that phase will, and like I said, that helps with retention. A lot of us, you don't think about how empowering and how powerful keeping the people that you got is. But for the key, you got to make sure you keep those people happy because they came and they trust in you. Now, if you're going to make it to 100,000, I mean 500K, it's going to take systems. You got to have systems in place. And you've always run from the thing that you don't love doing the most, but who cares? Do the thing. And once you get to the top of that hill, then you don't have to do it that way because it's already in place. So the next thing to reach your other goal now, making sure that the people that you have on board are happy is great when you're in the boxing gym world. But here's the number thing. I actually finished in time. I'm giving myself 2 minutes per conversation. The next thing is programming. Now you want to develop your athletes. So when you got programming, you can take those guys and let's just say you want to develop the next Canelo, the next Terrence Crawford, the next Pacquiao. You find something that works every single day the exact same way, put them in that programming, and that also reduces churn. So if you don't have something that's proven and proven to give results, then that's where you're going to run into the hurdle. You got to have a thing. Don't go somewhere and lift somebody's programming because you saw a couple of good drills on YouTube and then try to use it because you got to understand the depth of the programming. So if you want to build world champions, use programming that builds world champions. If you want to win golden gloves, use programming that has proven to win golden gloves. If you want to just get in shape, then use programming that has proven to get people in shape. Now, what area at your boxing gym do you focus, or all of the above? But no matter what happens, get the programming. And that, when people are getting their results, they do not think about leaving you. Never think about leaving you. That's what I always say to my people. Just recently I go out and I acquire a person and showing what I do, and it's so important that you really let people know how good of a job that you do at what you do. because you can easily take the talent that you have and turn it into an empire. The only thing you need is framework, because most of you, you're really good. I see a lot of people who have a lot of talent, but they don't know how to actually frame it so that that can be like an assembly machine and their brain can work succinctly, and they can then reap the benefits of having it in a system. Does that make sense? That's the difference between you and Amazon, is that you don't have it systemized. So next is what we call the triangle offense. The next thing you have to have in place once you got Google, Instagram, and your website talking, we call it the triangle offense, right? That's why it's important to have your Instagram, everything in totally succinct to what you actually do. I help people who are suffering from depression lose weight, get active, and redefine who they are for this chapter of their lives in 90 days. See, that's what a description sounds like. So you are a personal development coach, and that's what it should read into Google. And every time somebody's getting divorced, losing a job, or having to change careers, or lost their kids to a divorce or whatever, then that's what they're going to be seeking. People who are in a very low place and they need to recapture themselves, or they got diagnosed with diabetes or overweight, obesity, or whatever, their blood sugar's high. That's what a person like that who's trying to redefine themselves, transform. So you got to be clear about who is it that you are. And then Google, Instagram, because that's really everybody's identification. Whatever you are on Instagram, that's who you are. So make sure that's buttoned up so it's talking to your website. And that leads us into the third thing that you want to have front and center. And this is where you show your authority, right? Show people exactly what you do. Now, I'm a little bit ahead of the beeper, and but I want to really tell you some real stuff. The only difference between people who are really successful in making it is because they really solve a real problem, a bigger problem, not just kumbaya and I'm at the gym and I love training. That ain't a problem. If you ever want money in your business and you want to profit majorly and people to really take your business as a serious asset, then you have to learn how to put your stuff in a frame. You have to show your process. When you're demonstrating your authority, you're teaching people, and what they are learning is what will change their lives. And this is not a game. You can keep on showing up at the gym, half locked in, automation not working, websites not talking to Google, and Google's not talking to Instagram, which is succinct now. So if you understand how to optimize your Instagram account, you're going to get a lot more local people coming into your entity because they understand exactly what you are and what you do. And you've lined things up on your Instagram page to speak directly to them, succinct manner. The next thing you do is once you show your authority, you talk your expertise. You let them see you break down an issue and manage how you will handle it. Or you basically misconstrue a myth that people have. See, people, you can't fake expertise because once you open your mouth, it tells people everything about you. And your process is basically how you do the physical thing. When you teach a person how to lose weight, what is your process? I do 33% weight training, 45% is concentrated on dieting, and the other 30ish percent is mindset, meaning they have an actual plan on how to ease into this thing. When you can show your process, and that typically puts us about 10 pounds when we intermittent fast, 7 to 10 pounds a month to 5 weeks. And when you are clear about what you do and how your process is, then people will trust it. The next thing, final, is your testimonies. Get other people to tell people how good you are. If you watch videos of ours, you'll see people talking about what their experience has been in the School of Boxing. And the School of Boxing is shoulders above anything because it's an entire university, and we made it a Swiss Army knife. Like, there's nothing that the boxing trainers, boxing coaches, gym owners had to lean on and pull from. Doctors, they have a university to pull from. Lawyers have a university to pull from. When you look at quarterbacks and when you look at pilots, they have a university to pull from if they need help and they need a deeper level of science behind an issue that they're in. They have. So if you ever wanted to fix things and take it to the next level, it's all about knowing how you go about learning the processes of framing up the work that you're doing. And what I just said, if you guys missed it, is when you're learning. Yeah, I took it out. You just got to learn how to just take things and say, I just need a framework, because you know enough stuff. The only thing you have to do now is get that stuff in a system, right? This right here is the physical training system. And this right here is the business operation. And when you get your CRM, which is your customer retention management, you have to know that that's part of it. You can't run a gym and not have that. So for those of you who are doing it, then crushing it, great for you. And anything that we can do, that's what we're showing up for, because tomorrow we're going to talk about the process of not just goal setting. This was strategizing. This is knowing what needs to be laid out. Tomorrow we're going to go through the tools. What should be in those tools that you have, so that you can make sure that it's primed, it's ready to go to the market, it's ready to solve every problem. If you got boxers and you want to make sure that you can go up against Manny Pacquiao and not look average, but dominate the older fighter, if you want to have that, then what's already done it? I was hosting chief sparring partner for Manny Pacquiao for 7 years. So I know a little bit about the highest level of boxing. But the thing is, do you have a program that can manage fighting people at that level? Once you got it, okay, you got that. Do you have a great CRM? Good. Do you have the actual business process? Yeah. And a lot of you run away from that social media thing. But we also have written a book that will just show you how to make your social media doing it, showing up as an authority. That's all you got to do. Show up as the authority. And when you're the authority, you just show them your process. That's basically showing people how you get a person from point one to the goal. That's it. And then you talk that expertise. One video. That's all you got to do, is talk about exactly what you see out there that people are doing wrong. They're eating a lot of GMOs, and that is what's causing inflammation in the body, and therefore they gain weight. This is key. And here's what they can do instead. When you're buying anything from the store, make sure you see the label, non-GMO. Make sure you stay away from things that are heavily condensed with sugar. Don't eat past 8 p.m. Don't wake up first thing in the morning and shove coffee in your mouth with sugar in it. Stay away from dairy early. That'll reduce inflammation. That's 7 to 10 pounds gone instantly, because your body isn't just overweight, it's mostly inflammation. That's understanding your science, your methodology. And when you can show that and then get testimonies of people who've gone through that, then that's exactly how you get to that next level. So that's how you run a gym, and that's how you scale it to 500,000 to $1 million. But you're not just doing anything just to do it. You're in a frame. You need what you know put in a framework, and that's what it is. So tune in tomorrow. For all of you guys, if you want to click and look at what that looks like, we got a survey that you can take. It doesn't cost nothing to take the survey, but it does take you time. Take time and do the survey for your gym or your training program. Take the survey. It's down in the descriptions, or it'll be pinned at the top in the comments, and use that, and it'll give you a score. Use that score and then make better decisions to elevate your business. So hopefully you guys took something away from this today. If you did, be sure to like it so YouTube knows that you like this kind of content, and it'll let me know to keep making it. So hit those thumbs. Let me know if, should I stop doing this for you guys, just stick with my school and teaching them this kind of stuff, or thumbs up. Be blessed at Godspeed. Coach Bradley signing out. There will be a video that goes up about how to throw your natural punches, how to find how to throw your natural punch. And if you want to see that, make sure you comment below. Puncher. Coach Bradley signing out. Be blessed. Tune in tomorrow as we go deeper.